Okay, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutation you came out there and push his word in truth and in sincerity. We all know what's going on in the Middle East with the Iranian war, with them gutter rats, and Babylon the Great, which is America, invaded Iran, and the result of that right there has been a war going on, and the Iranians shut down the Strait of Hormuz, where nothing could go in, come in, and nothing could go out. And with that, the oil prices has spiked through the roof, over $5 a gallon. Food prices went up, because when the gas prices go up, the food prices going to go up. It's going to cost more to transport it. Also, fertilizer, which is the topic of this discussion. Fertilizer comes from the Middle East, and without it being transferred through the Strait of Hormuz, it's not getting through. So there's going to be a lack of fertilizer. Therefore, there's going to be a lack of crops being grown throughout the world. In America, in Europe, in other places that don't have their own fertilizer. And I think it said 80%, if I'm not mistaken, of the fertilizer come from the Middle East to cultivate the land. So fertilizer is in a great big demand. So I ran across this word called night soil. Never heard of it. So I was like, let me look this word up. And this is what I came across. This is night soil. In agriculture, night soil refers to untreated human feces and urine collected from cesspools, privies, and latrines, historically used as a free nutrient-rich fertilizer to grow crops. The practice was widely replaced by synthetic fertilizers and modern sanitation networks due to several high risks. You see, 2 Corinthians 2:11, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. That's why there's an outbreak of parasites in the herbs such as parsley, cilantro, which is good for your eyes, berries, strawberries, because they behind everybody's back using night soil, because there's a lack of fertilizer, because it can't come through the Straits of Hormuz because it's locked down. So to help the crops grow, they're using night soil, which is human feces, which is not right. But that's his devil for you, man. That's why we call you the goddamn devil. And you gotta be taken out of your power seat, because you ain't right, man. How you gonna use human feces to cultivate the land? Cow's dung, horse's dung, sometimes chicken dung. Or when an animal dies, the nutrients from his body goes back to the earth and to cultivate the earth, man. How you gonna use human feces, which is filled with parasites? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It says, to grow crops, the practice was widely replaced by synthetic fertilizers and modern sanitation networks due to severe high risk of what? Parasites. You can click onto it and get more information in that. Due to parasites. This is Ezekiel chapter, and this is prophecy. Eating defiled food in the land of our captivity. This is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the sons of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles whereby I should drive them. We've been driven through the four corners of the four corners of the earth, and we in America eating defiled food, GMO crops. Even though you spend extra little money to buy some organic food, we still eating the best of the worst. Because all this food is defiled. But it's been the Lord said we was going to go through this. It's prophecy. But they're going to the extreme now. They're using night soil. I never even heard of this word. I'm looking up what causes, parasites to cling onto crops. And the only way that could happen if they use defiled fertilizer. Then I ran across a word, night soil. And I was like, wow, what is this word? Let me look it up. And lo and behold, some more wickedness Esau got hatched up without people knowing. It says, why was it used? Human waste is highly concentrated in essential plant nutrients, specifically nitrogen, phosphorus, slacking for that, and potassium. Before the invention of chemical fertilizers, farmers, particularly in East Asian nations like China and Japan, relied on synthetic collections to maintain soil fertility and maximize crop yield. I don't think they was using human shit. The agricultural risk. Now, before I continue reading, let me get the scripture I'm going to bring up. This is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 12. And it says, 15 verse 12, Salakia. My bad, Salakia. That's my fault. Well, let me get this real quick. Bear with me. I kind of messed up with that. Being excited. Okay, I got it right here. It says, Shalaki, bear with me. It says, 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 12, and it reads, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. And part of them plagues is eating defiled food, infested with parasites that when they get in your stomach, it gives you diarrhea, may cause you to get put to death, and it can last from 2 days up to a month in your gut. Now, there's ways you can cleanse them parasites out of your system. I'm not giving medical advice, but this is what I do. I boil cloves with lime, with some cloves of garlic and pepper, with black pepper and a little teaspoon of cayenne pepper with some honey. Drain it, let it cool off, and drink it, and that kills them parasites. You can either drink it hot or you can drink it cold. Like I said, I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just giving you what I do. Or you just could chew garlic every day. It's harsh, but it kills parasites. Now, in the cloves, it kills the larvae. But I'm not giving medical advice, so brothers, just, look it up. You can find out. And I put these things in the chat, and you can find out. So I'm gonna go on with the lesson. I'm not giving no medical advice. It says back in 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 12, 15 verse 12. I keep on saying 16. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting of hell and with a fearful consolation. Why? Because there's no fertilizer. The Lord's disrupting the crops because it's going to bring forth a famine, which is also a part of prophecy. You got to understand something. We at the end of Esau's rulership, and all hell's about to break loose. All hell's about to break loose. Woe to the world and them that dwell in. It's telling you right here that all hell's about to break loose. Famine, pestilence, war, rumors of war, death and destruction. It's on its way. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, an uprising against a government or a monarch, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings. They're not going to regard this present what's his name again? The mayor. They ain't gonna regard with any mayors, wherever state you living in, the governors, the presidents. They ain't gonna regard none of that, man. They gonna go out and do what they gotta do because they ain't dire straits. It says, and the course of their action stand in their power. And man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's what's coming, man. That's what's coming. You got to understand something. These devils have been preparing for this for a long time. And now, they're starting to bring things to light. Look what they're doing. All this is prophecy, what these devils are doing. You see? All this is prophecy. This is, before I get this scripture, I'm going to bring out some more of this article. It says, the agricultural risk, while highly effective in enriching soil, applying raw human waste to agriculture carries extreme health hazards. Pathogen transmission, unprocessed feces frequently contain diseases causing bacteria, viruses, and parasitic worms, such as hookworms and ascaris, that can easily contaminate food. Heavy metals and pharmaceuticals. Modern waste often contain industrial pollutants and chemical residues that untreated spread cannot filter out. Modern alternative herbs. While raw night soil is largely prohibited in modern commercial agriculture, researchers are exploring human extraction-based fertilizers, which is bullshit, by treating human waste through advanced composing. This is wickedness, man. This is wickedness, man. It make you not want to eat. It make you want to go back to the spirit world, man. That's why you gotta watch what you eat. That's why I don't eat no more. No more fast foods. But I'm not eating no more fast foods. I'm gonna cook my own food, like I've been doing. Every so often I go out and get some fast food. When I'm tired, when I come from work, I don't want to cook anything, or if it's too hot, I go get me some Dominican food. But that even you gotta be careful with that now. It's crazy. This is crazy. It says human extraction-based fertilizers by treating human waste through advanced composing, anabolic digestion or structural participation. Participation slacking. Slacking. Let me slow down. Municipalities and eco farmers can safely recycle through nutrients without the associated disease risk. That's bullshit. If you're interested in learning more, tell me. You can go on. That's the end of the article. But the name of the article was called, the name of the word I brought out was called night soil, human fertilizer. Why do you think, let me read it again. Why do you think is a big contamination of food? And it says, pathogen transmission. Unprocessed feces frequently contain disease-causing bacteria, viruses, and parasitic worms, such as hookworms and carcinoids that can easily contaminate food. And that's what's happening. Because if they can't get fertilizer, see, you can't trust Esau. 2 Corinthians 2:11. We're not ignorant of Esau's devices, man. We see how you get down, man. No fertilizer, okay. We're going to substitute it with human fertilizer. And here's the food is contaminated. Whew. It's crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. The book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction. In the day of affliction, there's no more remembrance of prosperity. Because now everybody's being afflicted with this pathogen transmission from unprocessed feces called night soil. It's not a coincidence that fertilizer comes from the Middle East, from the Strait of Hormuz, and all of a sudden now is a big uptake in parasites and contaminating food. When you put two and two together, no fertilizer coming from the Middle East because the Straits of Hormuz is closed, these people resort to other ways to cultivate their land so they won't lose money. And hence it contaminated damn near the whole world. What is it? Almost 30 states in America. With contaminate. I'm saying we're suffering from this contamination of pathogen transmission of parasitic worms. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. Whew. The miseries are here. I'm not too sure if I brung this out, but I'm going to bring it out again. If I did, Salakia. Sirach chapter 8, verse 50. And it says,